We have looked very carefully at the whole range of existing opinions, calculations, modelizations, forecasts, scenario planning, and we've done our own homework. And frankly, in the very vast majority of what we've seen, we haven't seen anything that is positive. And depending on what hypotheticals you take, is going to be pretty bad to very, very bad. So that's what we see.
Well, Simon McGregor-Wood is in London now for more. So, Simon, does the IMF's findings about the impact of Brexit on the UK come as any surprise to anyone?
Well, I don't think so, because it falls in line with the general opinion of a whole range of different organisations, from the UK Treasury, which is essentially meant to be independent of politics and government influence, to a series of other international groups who have all said more or less the same thing, that it's the uncertainty of not knowing what life will be like for the UK outside the European Union that is likely, in at least the short term, to cause something of an economic downturn. But the IMF is a big player, and Christine Lagarde is a respected figure. So clearly her intervention here is going to be taken very seriously. It will be welcome news, of course, to David Cameron, who is leading the campaign to remain in the UK. And there are already, as you might imagine, accusations of collusion and conspiracy from the Leave camp, who have accused Christine Lagarde of being sort of recruited, if you like, by the British government to campaign on their side. But overwhelmingly, so far, the legitimate, respected organs of institutional finance and economy are suggesting that Brexit would be a bad idea.
Of course, and as Simon, as you say, the IMF say they're not playing politics, but it's pretty hard not to be playing politics when you're standing next to the Chancellor of the Exchequer and you thank the Treasury for their help in putting together your reports. And the fact that it's going to come out days before the election, before the vote, sorry.
Well, that's the thing, you're right there to mention that. This is a regularly scheduled report card on the performance of the British economy. But I think the bombshell of this press conference was Christine Lagarde saying, by the way, the IMF is working on a more detailed report into the economic implications of the UK leaving the European Union. And guess when we're going to publish it? On the 16th or the 17th of June, a week before the referendum. I think that will infuriate those campaigning to leave, because it looks like the timing is designed to influence the vote itself. One interesting last point to make: despite the litany of warnings from economic institutions about the negative impact of leaving, it doesn't necessarily show any effect in the polling yet. So that'll be very interesting. We've had all these reports before, but the polling has been pretty stable. The gap, largely in favour of remaining, is small, but it hasn't changed.
All right, Simon, from London, thanks for now.